As I have said, this is a series that we have been running, how to spot hidden business concepts. And we are saying they are hidden because you are not thinking about them. But after attending these sessions, you're going to begin to think about them. They are not going to be passing you. And we have already covered a lot, and at this point, we are analyzing. Once you get all these concepts, you need to analyze them to pick the best. And how do you do this analysis? This is where we are, and I can go back a little for the sake of people who are new here this morning. We were discussing that one of the ways to find these concepts is through your own personal experiences. Yeah, you're finding items you're not able to, you're always searching for items. You want to buy them, but you don't find them. And that is a potential business concept. I don't know whether you have ever thought that way. Other people's experiences and complaints, these are also potential concepts, and you need to follow up. Other people's problems, difficulties in finding things that you need. Other people can't find items that they need. These are potential business concepts. And what about environmental concerns around you? What are they? Uh, these days, people are starting businesses around environmental issues. We have smart agriculture, smart ways of disposing waste. These are people who discovered those concepts. Yeah. What concepts are coming out from where you live? What are the environmental issues? That too, they are the M-Pesa. And the M-Pesa, it minimized people's uh, pains and problems. Yeah. And so whatever concept, the best concept is that which is also minimizing people's pains, because then they embrace your concept quick enough, and they are ready to pay for it because it's meeting their need. Yeah. I don't know whether there's any comment or questions up to where we are. We have a YouTube channel where we have downloaded some of our other series of this topic, part 1, 2, 3. Today we are doing part 4, okay? And we are at a point where those who have been through the other concepts, we are assuming that maybe you have about 10 concepts that you have been able to identify so far. Yeah. And how do you move forward? Because every day as you listen, you have so many concepts. Now you need the best. You need to pick the best. And in part 3, from part 3, we started the analysis, which we are going on with it today. We started the analysis. Any comments, questions up to where we are? You can write in the chat any question you have. And before I go on, I wish to introduce our company. That there are people who have always thought that maybe this is the only thing we do, the webinar that we have this morning. It's not the only one. We have these programs that we run that you can come for. So our company is Mentor Hubbies, and we are passionate about empowering entrepreneurs. Um, and one of our programs is how to identify business concepts and even turning that business concept into a plan. You know, writing a business plan. You have this concept, you put it into a plan. This helps you to communicate it. You know, people don't understand new things, you know. So once you write it down, it's easier for people to do that. We also have, for those who have businesses, you want to grow your business, you want to expand it. So we have business growth strategies. And one of our packages, Finance Made Simple. This is very, very simple program for those who have no background in finance. We have simplified it into key things that people need to be doing for their business. The other one is Build a Brand People Love. This is about marketing. Train teams that deliver. This is about staff training. Customer service that sells. This is about customer care, master stock taking for your business. Buy supplies right. And then we have another program called mentorship. This is your growth hack. Entrepreneurship is quite complicated, so you need a mentor. Research has already been done that shows that people really need mentors. You can't do without a mentor. It helps you to navigate the complex environment that is entrepreneurship. You have someone to talk to every 2 weeks to brainstorm, to identify challenges. Even as you want to identify a concept, you might find a mentor that makes a very big difference. So that is us, and that is our contact. Yes. I don't know whether there's any comment up to where we are. Yeah. Okay. So we came to a point where we were analyzing the business concepts. You have many business concepts. After going through part 1, 2, 3, we are 4. You have learned how to listen more, to be more curious, and you are getting all these concepts. You need to narrow them down to the best one. And we discuss about speaking to other, um, you know, people in the same kind of industry where your concept is coming in. Government people, you know, people in the corporate sector, people in the, sorry, I hope you can hear me. I see I have internet challenge. So when you're interviewing the customer, today we narrow down to the customer. You have to speak to potential customers and preferably or ideally have your product. You can have a sample of a product that you want to start selling. So you can show them, and you're doing field work, you're finding out, and you need to ask questions to these customers. And today we are looking at examples of questions that you could ask. It's very, very important to have the right questions, you know. You can't ask, would you ever come for my new product? People may just tell you no. Oh, yes, that is very little information. So the best question here is, would you come for my new product once a day, once a week, twice a week, once a month, or not at all? So these people will now discuss your product. And so if they say, I'll come once a day, you know, then you know they like your product. It is in demand. Once a week is still good enough. Twice a week. But when you start here once a month, I will not touch on, then you know you really need to work on your product. That's very, very good feedback. Yeah. Another question that you could ask the customers is about your price, the price that you're going to offer. Yeah. What would be reasonable price for my product? So you can give them range of prices. Is it 100 to 200 shillings? Is it 300 to 400 shillings? 500 to 600 shillings, and why? So people are going to discuss with you things about your price, and maybe they might even talk about the competitor. Yeah, and the prices of competitors, and they might say that they are ready to pay more because yours is more quality. So discuss these kinds of questions with your potential customers. Have questions that allow people to give you more information, and show them that you're not in a hurry, you are ready to listen. Yeah. And if you're not able to do it on your own, you can go in a group, and different people, they are chatting with as many people, potential customers. Uh, what if you're visiting a church, and after church service, you're out there? I mean, if you're alone, you can only talk with just a few people, but if you're a group of 5, you are likely to talk to much more, even 20, and prepare for the kind of questions you'll be asking. Yeah, guide your team on these kinds of questions. And the other thing that you may not do is to write down. You can't write down as people are seeing, because then you close them out. They don't know why you're writing down. Just have a free chat where people are able to say as much as they can. I don't know whether there's any question up to that point. So we're at a point where you have many concepts, and now you are trying to analyze your concept. Why? Because you don't want to make a mistake. You want to make money. You know, starting a business is expensive, you see. So you don't want to buy products, put them in a store, and then they are not selling because you didn't find out about the pricing, you know. You didn't find out whether there's enough customers. You know, are people going to be buying just once a month? That's too little, you know. So you need to confirm that really that there is enough customers, is demand, and you need to talk to different people, visit churches that you don't visit, visit a restaurant that you don't visit a mall that you never visit, talk to people that you never talk to. Yeah, you are a man, you never talk to ladies. This is the time to learn how to speak to ladies. You are a lady, you never talk to men. This is the time to do that. You are a young lady, but you don't like old people. This is the time to like everyone. Talk to everybody. And then narrow down. As you speak to as many people, you'll be able to know who are the people who really like your product. And then you can narrow down to them, and then you bring that product just for that group of people. Maybe you get to know that the people who really like your product are the old people. So you narrow down to that, and you leave all the other things. You came to know these are the people who like your product. Okay? Yeah, so take your time in this kind of analysis. Any question or comment? I think the other people that you need to talk to are suppliers. People who will supply you with the product and other materials. Yeah, you need to find them. And in our previous series, we talked about case studies and how those people spoke to suppliers. So you can revisit our and go into the details. How easy can you get these products? This is one question you're asking a potential supplier. Can I get that product easy? So you may have the best concept, but the materials, the product cannot be found easily. So ask this supplier, are they always available? you know. So if you hear that they can only import from Rwanda and the flight takes 1 month, the next flight that comes with that kind of cargo is once a month, then you know your business is gonna be affected. Also ask them what kind of quality is available because you have been talking to your customers, you learned the quality they need. Also, at what price are the suppliers going to be selling to you? Also, what kind of storage, packaging, servicing is necessary? Now, you're speaking to suppliers, they are giving you information because you need to prepare the storage. So, these are very good discussions with the supplier. And then the people you need to narrow down to are competitors. Yeah. Because many concepts, you may have one very, very new concept, but it may not be 100% new. So there are competitors who could be running something close, not be the same, but. So you need to talk to these competitors. How much? Ask a question. How many are surprised? Is the is it are they pro? So as times to you, you can move to another market or town, small town, speak to competitors in that town. They are the same competitors, and have a discussion with them on these kinds of questions. Now you need to be recording because you're going to get a lot of information. So you need to prepare for. You can record later. If you don't want people to see, ideally people should not be seeing what you're recording. So every day you need to plan. What I need to find out? What do you need to find out today? Plan for that. Who will you talk to? What questions will you ask? So before you do these interviews, you need to prepare that way. And then you record the information that is coming up. So after all these interviews, you may find that you are still undecided which concept to pick. So you need to assess yourself. Why are you unsure? Because at this point, you are not analyzing all the concepts. You have about 3 that you have taken forward to analyze further. So if you are unsure, you need to get more advice. Yeah. Is it between are you unsure between or among the concepts that you have? So get more advice about this. Or are you unsure that you as a person you are not suited for the kind of concept? Yeah. In our part 1, we discussed about personality issues and the kind of concept that you want to take forward as a business. Some people, want to like working in the office and they don't want to work in the field. So you really need to think about the concepts and the place where they are taking you. So if you feel that you like working more in the office and you don't like working out there, talking to many people, that makes you very uncomfortable. So you really need to decide on the concept that you're picking. Or is it that you're not happy with the three concepts that you have finally picked and you're analyzing? So it's important to know that it often takes time, work, and information before you get the best concept. It takes time. It takes collecting a lot of information and work. But as you collect information, all this will increase your ability to be a successful business person. You have not yet started the business, but the more you collect information, it is adding on to your capacity, your ability to be successful. Yeah, because it minimizes chances of failure. There's someone who came here and she said that she started a business to supply tissue paper in the neighborhood. Yeah. And so she bought quite a bit of it and it was in the store. And as she was selling, she came to know that people really don't like that kind of tissue paper. And they were saying it's poor quality. Very few people were buying. She spoke to, customers much later when she had this tissue already. She spoke to business people much later after she had started the business. She spoke to competitors. These are things she should have done earlier before starting the business. So you can see the kind of loss that she's going. She has the stock and she can't sell. So that is why we are doing what we are doing today. That is why we are going into this kind of analysis. That is why you are here, because you want to minimize mistakes so that you don't experience losses. Yeah. I don't know whether there's any comment up to where we are. I think I open this for discussion. I open this for a lot of things in a very, very short time. And we have a WhatsApp group that you can join. There's a link. Yes. Questions, comments? This is the time to ask a question. Point of clarification? I see people are having connectivity issues. They come in and leave. Sorry for that. I also have connectivity issues this morning. I hope you have been able to follow what I was sharing. Any question? Comment? Yes? Question or comment at this point? And Andrew is saying he's following closely. Thank you very much. Yes.